map Ever Dream LE. Spawning in the top right-hand side in the blue. He is our Chinese Zerg player representing, oh gosh, I'm going to get this wrong if I don't look it up, but I don't want to get it wrong. That's right. BreakingGG from Alpha X. And his opponent on the bottom left-hand side of the map in the red, representing Invictus Gaming. It's our other Chinese Zerg player. His name, XiGua. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing XiGua's name terribly. Chinese fans in the chat, please do not judge me. As I said earlier, my Chinese is very bad. It's already led me to leaving one game earlier today. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Anyway, a bit of an earlier pool build here for BreakingGG. He did go for, it looked like pool before gas, I believe, whereas the pool just getting started right now for XiGua, who's going for a more conservative hatch gas pool opener. So far, no scouts on either side. Now, this should be a fascinating match, of course. Both players losing 2-0 in their opening matches, but I will say, BreakingGG putting up a bit more of a fight in his match than XiGua did. XiGua losing fairly quickly against Sion in our first match, which we all saw here on the channel. On the B stream, we all saw XiGua get defeated by Cyan fairly quickly. Game 1, of course, we didn't see due to operator, caster, observer error. And Group B, and Game 2, rather, also pretty quick. XiGua just wasn't able to get any really offense mounted. He tried to go for a Roach Ravager push in that game against Cyan, but it just straight up didn't work. Now, I didn't get to watch BreakingGG's matches. I'm not sure what he's done. He is hiding an awful lot of lings quite early, making 8 more lings. He's just going for a speedling all in on 2 bases, it looks like. Drones have been cut. The queens are out, but they are just for those injects. And to defend, making sure that Overlord doesn't spot anything going on in the main base. These lings have held themselves secret. They have kept themselves safe, and now they're going to push out onto the map. Now, will XiGua see them? Oh, very nice, BreakingGG. Got to be patient. Got to make sure that Overlord goes down before you send the lings across the map. A couple of lings here, just showing 4 lings right now. He's like, oh, there's no big problem going on. You know, what's going on? It's only 4 lings. The Overlord will spot these lings coming out, though. He sees them. He sees them. XiGua is going to know that there's a big attack coming. Should see a Spinecrawler going down quite soon. Baneling Nest, and yeah, there it is. Spinecrawler on the low ground as 6 more lings are immediately produced here. Ling count is not even at all. 24 lings to 6 lings right now, and here we go. Queen's on the ramp, trying to block these in. These lings not getting anything done right now. The Queen's getting so much, providing so much defense here. I love the hold position drones as well from XiGua. The Queen slowly getting worked down here. Banelings finally on the way as the Baneling Nest finishes. 4 Banelings on the way, but will they finish in time? It's so close right now. I'm not sure. The target fire from BreakingGG is pretty good here. XiGua's Banelings look like they might finish, though the Banelings are going to go down here, and that could be XiGua's saving grace. More lings coming in, though. He's got to get very, very precise ling shots onto the Banelings here. He's got to trade very evenly. Quick note, guys, normally I'd like to have health bars on for damaged units only, but of course, like I said, I'm in the Chinese client. I don't know where that setting is by heart, so unfortunately I won't be able to change that for today's cast. If I cast China again tomorrow, I will be sure that I have someone walk me through and update the settings on this account. All right, so plenty of lings out right now, but right now with the Baneling, XiGua is able to defend fairly easily. Only 4 Banelings out for XiGua. He hasn't made any more yet. The Ling's going to try and get in. 1 Baneling does go down. As soon as all 3 Banelings remaining are down, BreakingGG may have a chance to get back in with some of these lings, but for now, it looks like he's just keeping it contained on XiGua. He's getting a Baneling Nest of his own and redroning, going back home and realizing, yeah, I can't do it. I can't make this attack work, but that is going to put XiGua in a really strong position against BreakingGG here in game number 1. Look at the income graph for these 2 players. We can see XiGua, of course, has continued drone production over time. That ling all in from BreakingGG not paying off. So while he does have superior army supply just by a little bit, he's going to be late on his Banelings. He's behind on drones and needs to get some more rounds of drones out very soon. 3rd base already down now for XiGua, and actually BreakingGG going to put some pressure on this. Should be able to force a cancel with the amount of links he's got here. Banelings coming in, but there's the cancel. Nicely done. Oh, and I forgot I'm on the Chinese client. All the hatch cancel or the hatch kill animations looks very different because they have different rules in China about what they can and can't show in video games regarding blood and guts and gore. So like you won't see any bones, I don't believe, in Chinese games because you can't show bones in video games. You can't show, I think, excessive blood, so that the hatch killing animation is black instead of red, because it's like, you know, Zerg goop instead of blood. Oh, that's so cool. In fact, all these animations are black instead of red. That's so funny. Baneling's now coming in as XiGua puts pressure on the third base, and that's going to force another immediate cancel there. Baneling shots from BreakingGG, BreakingGG, not too bad here, as XiGua pushes him back. But the Banelings will finally finish for BreakingGG. I knew something was wrong on my overlay there. I swapped the location of the players' health bars on the bottom side, had them in the wrong place. Apologies for that, guys. BreakingGG is going to try and put down this third base, but XiGua is going to get in here, and another Baneling goes down. Another good trade there for XiGua as BreakingGG goes across and tries to drop this third base, but look at this, the third base for XiGua already finished up, and he is going to be way ahead. Roach Warren down, +1 starting for XiGua right now. BreakingGG trying to get some early damage done, but really not having any luck. That is not good news for our Team Alpha X player, BreakingGG. Roach Warren finishing up now for XiGua. No Roach Warren on the other side, but there is a Lair Tech down for BreakingGG. He may be looking to skip his Roach Warren entirely and go straight up to Spire Tech. Now, this Spire has not been spotted yet by XiGua. BreakingGG is keeping that secret for now. A couple of Banelings for XiGua are going to finish up here and trade with the Banelings. Trade with the Lings. Yeah, nicely done. 2 Banes trading for all those Lings. If we look at the resources lost tab here, we can see that it looks like BreakingGG still playing more efficiently than XiGua. XiGua losing a lot of Banes early in the game, I believe, and that's making him play a little bit less efficiently. Good Overlord spread from both players. XiGua, look at XiGua's vision right now. He can see everything on the map, not missing a single item. But, okay, Roach Warren is finished up for BreakingGG. Lair Tech going to finish up. He should have Roach Speed on the way, but is Roach Speed going to be significantly delayed? I thought he might be skipping the Roach Warren and going straight to Spire. That's not the case. It looks like he's not going to go for Spire at all. He's just going to play this Roach game from a position of weakness. He's going to be very late on his Roach Speed, which should be starting right now. There it is. Roach Speed starts up right now for BreakingGG, but XiGua already about 3/4 of the way done with Roach Speed, and his army supply so much higher. That means that BreakingGG is going to be relying on his mastery of run-bys, map control, and micro to try and win this game. We see 8 more Roaches being produced for XiGua right now. The army supply way in favor of our red Zerg player. BreakingGG might struggle to keep up with the onslaught of Roach aggression from XiGua. All right. BreakingGG has 11 more Roaches in production. He's got his +1 on the way, but +1 missile attacks already finished for XiGua, and he's going to hit as soon as that +1 is finished. Here we go. Pressure onto the third base. It's +1 Roaches versus +0 Roaches. There is a Baneling that gets a little bit of damage done here for BreakingGG, and the Ravager is going to try and get some Corrosive Biles done, but there's only the one Ravager right now for BreakingGG, and XiGua might be able to do this. Oh, the reinforcing Roaches from BreakingGG might actually just be enough. Yeah, it looks like he is going to have just enough here. His army supply slightly ahead now, and XiGua is going to lose out on his attack here on the natural, but he's got his +2 on the way. He's got more Roaches coming down now. He's ahead on workers, slightly behind on army supply. Damp in chat telling me exactly how to turn on damaged unit frames. Damp, I will try that in between games because I'm very nervous. Very nervous about making changes during the game. Little Changeling gets in here from BreakingGG. Should be able to see what's going on. Yeah, slips into the natural. Gets a full scout out there. Not much to see, honestly. The big problem right now is this Nidus Worm coming down from BreakingGG. He's going to use that Nidus to reinforce, trying to just max out his Roach Ravager army and try and put pressure on the third base of XiGua. XiGua has been teching up behind this. He's working on +2. He's working on some more Roaches. But now that the Nidus Worm is coming down to reinforce for BreakingGG, he's got a chance here, and we're going to see a big engagement at this third base of XiGua. Spinecrawler coming down here to try and defend, but that shouldn't last for very long. Corrosive Biles landing for XiGua, but BreakingGG simply has more units than his opponent. +2 not finished yet, which means these players are not even on upgrades though, because +1 is not yet finished for BreakingGG. The army supply is roughly even, and I think with the drone pull, XiGua should be okay. BreakingGG getting a lot of damage done on these drones though. 19 drones going down. The army still camping out at the third base. The Spinecrawler looks like it might finish barely, but I believe XiGua has just enough to clean this up. Yeah, he's on 58 army supply. Is going to clean this up. Will push BreakingGG back, but BreakingGG has a Nidus in the main now, and he's going to force XiGua to rotate around the main base. He's way ahead on workers now. now. BreakingGG is way ahead on workers now, 7 workers up. He's also got high ground vision, which means he's able to block off this ramp and take an immediately good engagement. Now it's +2 against +0. There it is, +1 finishes for BreakingGG, +2 against +1. The upgrade advantage really working for XiGua, but BreakingGG investing so much in his army right now. We see similar numbers of roaches popping up for both players, but that's going to favor BreakingGG as the roach counts go down evenly. That means the percentage gap in number of roaches is going to increase for BreakingGG. Luckily, with the drones surround, this should be cleaned up by XiGua. BreakingGG, though, killing 19 drones in that attack, evening up the income and keeping the pressure on here. Roaches distracting. Roaches into the third. Spinecrawler going to go down. It doesn't have very much left. XiGua is going to defend this. Nidus Worm still here for BreakingGG. Barely alive. 31 health left on that Nidus Worm. Couple of changelings behind this. This is so cute. Changelings for XiGua to prevent the easy retreat from BreakingGG, and with the upgrade advantage, +2, XiGua should be able to drive this back. Oh, BreakingGG might just have too much. Classic case of upgrades versus pure army supply, and it looks like right now, pure army supply is winning a better concave for BreakingGG. XiGua pushed back here, brings his drones up to the front yet again. This will be the second engagement. The drones have tried to get us around on the roaches here. The roaches not focus firing drones down there. They're making sure the roach count for XiGua stays low. 50 army supply to 34 for BreakingGG. BreakingGG should be able to get on top of this. More roaches streaming out of that Nidus Worm. Ravager going to morph in, and the drones won't be able to pick it off here. 15 more drones going down. Things getting worse and worse for XiGua. I don't see a way out of this game for him anymore. He's simply lost too many workers. Even if he defends here, he is going to be in really rough shape for game number 2. Roach is going to retreat here. Will retreat to the Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm in the main has been replanted, and there is simply nothing here. XiGua failing to rotate around in time. Roach is going straight into the main mineral line. The roaches from XiGua trying to respond, but BreakingGG simply has too much right now. Roaches again trying to attack up their own ramp, but with that beautiful concave from BreakingGG, XiGua should lose everything here. 22 army supply, and there it is. GG! And BreakingGG grabs game number 1. Well done. All right, let me see if I can fiddle with my options here, guys, really quickly. As I queue up game number 2, a reminder, I am working in the Chinese client right now. I have not set up anything before today. I didn't get the Chinese client downloaded until about an hour before broadcast this morning, so I am struggling. Game 4, BreakingGG, and XiGua. All right. Let me see if I can fix my options here to turn on damaged units. It is okay. First option, 5th one down. First options. Then the 5th and on the right, the top one with 3 options. 2, 3, 4, 5. Top one on the right. Nope, that's not right. There are 5 options in that top one. So it might be different than in the Chinese client. Damn, sorry. I'm not going to mess with any settings right now. Just guessing on my Chinese skills. Let me see if XiGua and There we go. We've got them in game here for map number 2. See if the players are ready to go with BreakingGG. Up 1 game to 0 right now in the lower bracket. XiGua has given the go. ESL referee hopping in. Okay. Good luck, have fun. And let's roll. Game number 2. Coming down now between BreakingGG and XiGua here in Group A for the DreamHack Masters SC2 Summer 2020. The loser of this, of course, will be put out of the group stage. This is a GSL-style group. There are 2 groups, Group A and Group B. And the loser today will not move on to the bracket stage after this. Guys, let's hop on in to game number 2 between XiGua and BreakingGG. Spawning in the top right-hand side in the red. Representing Invictus Gaming, it is our Chinese Zerg player, 1 game away from elimination here in the DreamHack SC2 Masters. It is XiGua. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand side in the blue, representing Alpha X, it is BreakingGG. So BreakingGG currently 1 game ahead. As we get into our second game on Pillars of Gold, I am really jazzed to see what these guys go for in Game 2. Game 1, of course, we saw both players sort of reluctantly, disappointingly, going into a Roach versus Roach game. I suspect that neither player really wanted to do that. They were both, I think, angling for something a little bit different. It looked like, of course, BreakingGG going for that very early Zergling all-in, trying to get those Speedlings going. Didn't get those Speedlings finished up in time, or didn't get the natural broken with those Speedlings. So he is unable to get anything done there. Luckily, here in game number 2, we might see both players going for something a little bit more conservative. Hatch gas pools on both sides, which means that both players are opening a bit more economically here in game number 2. Naturals finishing up, and it looks like we're going to see a nice, easy ZVZ. Drones maynarding down here. Just going to get a quick update if we can from the other games in Group A. Looks like Time and Cyan are still playing their first game. That score is tied up at 0-0 right now. So we're in the losers match here in Group A, and just like the GSL, 2 members of this group are going to move on to the playoffs, which is a bracket format, and 2 members of Group B are going to move on. And unfortunately, the 2 players that do not make it out, so the loser of this game and the loser of the deciding match, which happens tomorrow, July 2nd, will be eliminated from play completely. So it is entirely possible that we might not see both of these players in the bracket stages next up. All right, Lair Tech on the way very quickly here for BreakingGG. A very quick Lair, no third base down, which can only mean about one of 2 different things. Most likely, we're going to see 2 base Spire here out of BreakingGG. On the side of XiGua, we see a third base. We see an Evo Chamber. We see 8 Lings coming out. It's not going to be early Spire. In fact, BreakingGG is dropping down. That Roach Warden may be a bit concerned about the lack of aggression already, suspecting his opponent might be going for something a bit more soon. Lair Tech finishes up. We've got that Roach Warden on the way. +1 already coming out for both sides here. Roach Warden getting started for XiGua, but a little bit later than BreakingGG. BreakingGG going for, there it is, the Spire coming down behind this. So yeah, the Roach Warden, just a decoy. I don't think he's planning on making too terrible many Roaches here, maybe trying to distract his opponent and trick his opponent, but look at this, the Queens, oh no, huge mistake from BreakingGG here as the Lings get in. That Spire is going to get spotted. I think the Lings should get in here to spot the Spire. They're going to try and pick down the Queens. Oh my god, he's not going to spot the Spire. Oh my god, he gets a Queen. Doesn't spot the Spire. There he go. Oh my god. Oh my god, he misses the Spire. Oh, XiGua. XiGua doesn't see it. XiGua does not see the Spire. Uh-oh. Bad news for XiGua, who doesn't know what's coming at him. BreakingGG not saving up a ton of minerals and gas right now. He needs to get up to about 800 to crank out those 8 Mutalisks that you desperately need to make a Mutalisk ball. Third base going down now is going to get started here. Spotted immediately, of course, by XiGua. Going to force some of the Roaches up BreakingGG over to deal with it. But the Spire finishing up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 300 in the bank. 400 in the bank. About 4 Mutas going to pop out here for BreakingGG. XiGua's Ling again gets in, but look at this. The Ling from XiGua again does not see that Spire. Let me check and double check his vision there to make sure. Yeah, he has not seen that Spire yet. Doesn't know that it's there. Oh boy. 5 Mutas on the way out now. No Spore Crawlers. Only about 4 Queens, 3 Queens out for XiGua right now. Just 1 on each hatchery. Uh-oh. We see burrowed roaches coming down from XiGua. Now, burrowed roaches is a very cute move and one of my favorite moves you can make in a ZVZ, but the Mutalisks are now out. He's going to try and save this poor Overlord, and I think the Overlord will go down to 5 Mutalisks. Yeah, not going to finish that transition, but the Mutalisks can now make themselves known, which means the Spore Crawlers are coming down. 1 Spore in the main, 1 Spore in the third. 1 Spore in the natural. Spores everywhere. They're not quite finished yet, though, and these Mutalisks can wreak havoc on these Overlords as the Overlords are retreating desperately for safety. Luckily, Pneumatized Carapace is finished up for XiGua, so he isn't going to lose as many Overlords as he might otherwise, but these Mutalisks can be so annoying for the entire game now. Even if the Spores finish up, they can still go in, harass drone lines, pick off drones here and there, eat a couple shots from the Spore, and then just retreat. Mutalisks, of course, recover their health so quickly. 7 more roaches on the way. Now, I'm not sure if BreakingGG noticed that the Roach Warren was still researching something after Roach Speed was finished up. I'm sure he did. He flew right over it. So surely he must know that burrowed roaches are coming. But we don't see any Overseers on the map right now for BreakingGG. He's not prepping. Yeah, there it is. Okay, first Overseer starts. I think he must suspect something now. He saw that Roach Warren researching something, and only now do we see Roach Speed starting. He will see the roaches with the spinities on the top of their heads. He knows what to expect now. Very interesting that you go for Roach Burrow before you go for Roach Speed. Burrow now on the way. XiGua forgetting that you need Burrow to make your roaches move when they're burrowed. Overseer might make it out alive. No, definitely not. Might have time to goop something if he wants to. Nope. Mutalisk's going to pick that off. Nice picks here. These Mutalisks paying off in spades right now for BreakingGG. His macro is absolutely insane right now. Look at this army count. Over time, he has just been able to produce. Even though his third base was much later, he's going to end up in this fight with way more units than his opponent. The upgrade's fairly even for these Roaches and Ravagers. Of course, the Mutas going to add their DPS to the fight. The Mutalisks can get so much done. As long as the Corrosive Bile dodges are good on both sides, BreakingGG should win this, no problem. Now, Burrow is down with some cute Burrow micro. Well, Burrow's almost down, sorry, 10 seconds away with some cute Burrow micro. XiGua may be able to save some of these units, but he won't be able to win the game with that. He'll just be able to save a few units with this. The Mutalisks being picked down by the Queen, by the way. This Queen with a couple kills on those Mutas. The Queen doing a good job focus firing down Mutas. Mutas number 4 going down as well. The Queen's still barely alive, but it looks like there may be just enough here from BreakingGG to break his opponent. I'm not sure. He's got to keep dodging Corrosive Biles here. Nice micro from BreakingGG to avoid the Corrosive Biles here. He's up 1 game. Can he make it to the decider match? He is going to push forward. Burrow is finished. Burrow movement is finished. There's one Overseer here. Is here for BreakingGG, though, so he's going to see any burrowed roaches. Reinforcements a little slow to arrive, and of course defender's advantage going to XiGua here, whose units are going to be in the fight much more quickly than his opponent, but I think there's just enough here from BreakingGG to clean up XiGua. It is looking more and more like this might be a 2-0 win for XiGua, or for BreakingGG rather. Yeah, XiGua going to lose a couple more roaches here. Drones pulled off the line. That's how you know his third player is desperate. But the reinforcements streaming across the map right now for BreakingGG, and it looks like this is the end. Corrosive Biles getting dodged here. A couple nice concave, a good nice concave out of XiGua, but BreakingGG is going to be able to take this fight. 51 army supply to 36. The worker count roughly even. The income evening out between these two players a bit, and oh, actually, XiGua is going to go ahead and defend, but he's in a rough spot. We see +2 finishing up for XiGua. That was his saving grace in that fight. He's now working on +1 Carapace, so the +2 upgrade's really helping him out. But no 4th base down yet for either player. Both gases being taken as BreakingGG realizes he's going to get into a bit of a longer game here. Man, I definitely thought this game was going to be... oh, sorry about that, guys. Definitely thought this game was going to be in favor of BreakingGG, but XiGua pulling that +2 missile attack, and he is able to get it done. Wow, good defense there by XiGua, unexpected. More Mutas popping out now for BreakingGG. Not a lot of Queens have been produced here, still just 3 Queens on the side of XiGua, and still just those 3 Spore Crawlers, so no additional Spore Crawlers out, meaning another tech switch into Mutas. 5, 6 Mutas going to be on the field soon for BreakingGG, means he can pick off a lot of these Overlords, these Overseers, and he can make sure that he not only gains map awareness with those Mutalisks, but can also hop into the mineral lines and get a lot of work done on the drones also. Mutas now popping in, trying to pick off what they can, trying to establish some dominance here. The Queen picking down the Mutalisks. Nice micro, though, from BreakingGG, saving these Mutalisks one at a time. It looks like one of them does go down here. Those Queens with insane range, and the Queen burrow out from XiGua, gonna save that Queen. Beautifully done by XiGua, not losing that Queen and picking off a Mutalisk for his troubles. Now, one Overlord might go down here if he chases it down. Yeah, Overlord gonna go down. No transfuses available on those Queens. So another Queen burrow happening, but the Overseer's now here, and that Queen burrow micro trick is only gonna work twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool BreakingGG twice, shame on BreakingGG. He's gonna clean up that last Queen. Fourth base is down for both players now. Established for BreakingGG. Just about finished up here for XiGua. So BreakingGG slightly ahead here. He's on 66 drones to 54 of his opponent. But this time it's XiGua's turn for the army supply advantage. Unfortunately, as we said earlier, there is simply nothing here that fights against Mutas. These Mutas doing so much damage on the approaching army. One Ravager is going to go down, dodging all these bios. There's nothing that fires upward. We do see a Hydralisk Den finally out for XiGua to try and deal with these pesky Mutalisks. But the Hydralisk Den not going to produce any Hydras for a long time. The fourth base might just be under assault here. Spore Crawler goes down. The drone's trying to burrow to save themselves, but it's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, pressure on the fourth base of BreakingGG. XiGua using those burrowed roaches to great effect. Overseers all over the map, though, for BreakingGG now, and he should be able to fight against these roaches. +2, +1 out for XiGua, +1 out for BreakingGG. So XiGua's roach army actually much scarier than the army of BreakingGG, but as long as XiGua doesn't have anything that shoots upward, he's not going to be able to take care of these Mutalisks. It's so frustrating. He's got a Hydralisk Den now. He's working on Hydralisk upgrades, Hydralisk speed on the way, but look at his Hydralisk count. It's only at 7. There are some Hydras with this army, but it's simply not quite enough. He needs to scrub in a couple more. I'd recommend maybe up to 15 or so Hydras to ensure that he gets damage done. Luckily, he was able to take down this fourth base. That's going to set BreakingGG back just a little bit. Fourth base established for XiGua, and he finally adds on some more Spore Crawlers to make sure his static defense is in place. The Mutalisk count getting very, very high, though. As long as he focus fires down these Hydras, I think he's got just enough ammo in his Mutalisk. These Glaive Worms doing a lot of damage, bouncing back. Not a lot of Hydralisks left. He is going to be forced out for now, but he has got 8... how many Hydras on the map? Or how many Mutas on the map right now? 14 Mutas on the map right now, which means that 3 Queens and a couple of Hydras are not going to be enough to drive him away. Fourth base finishing up for XiGua, but now the income advantage should be slightly in the favor... pardon me, for BreakingGG. Income advantage should be slightly in favor of XiGua. That, of course, again, will change once this fourth base is down, as the drone count still in favor of BreakingGG. We see +2 flyer attacks coming out now for BreakingGG, as well as, finally, his own +2 missile attacks. He's not going to be even on upgrades. Remember, of course, that XiGua does have that +1 armor, +1 carapace down for his roaches. But the +2 flyer attack should be able to help him soften up these roaches quite a bit. Corrosive Bile dodges on both sides here, as the Mutas are pushed away yet again. No fifth base down for either player. Players even on bases, but the drone count still in favor of BreakingGG. Again, the income graph showing us BreakingGG should be able to take advantage here very soon of his superior drone count. No drones being scrubbed in on either side. Both players maxed out, working on rebalancing their armies right now. Army supply slightly in favor of XiGua. He's a little supply blocked, though. Those Overlords getting picked off have really hurt him. In fact, look at the units lost tab here. He has lost already 7 Overlords this game. That is so annoying. Roaches for XiGua unburrowing for some reason. Overseer should spot them, though, and they will go down. A couple burrowed roaches trying to make their way into the fourth base. Spotting that fifth base might be able to force a cancel on the fifth. No, going to go straight into the fourth here. They have not been spotted. There's no Spore at this fourth base either. So while the attack goes down at the third base for BreakingGG, XiGua is going to move his roaches in, and Roach Team 6 is going to hop in to the main base, or the third base, rather. Two-shotting that Spire and immediately going for drones, but there's a big fight on the other side of the map as well. Drones going down on both sides now, but it looks like this fight is going to be really, really intense. Where are the Mutalisks? The Mutalisks going all the way back home to try and deal with those burrowed roaches, and that means the upgrade advantage, which is now even... well, aside from the Carapace, which is in favor of XiGua, but +2 missile attacks is now even for these players. The Burrowed Roach is trying to get in here. They should get cleaned up by these Mutas, but that's going to mean that XiGua feels confident enough to move across the map. Fifth base going to be sacrificed here for BreakingGG. Unfortunately for XiGua, he doesn't have a fifth base of his own. BreakingGG still in good position. economically this game, and here we go, a huge fight. The upgrade advantage slightly in favor of XiGua with that Carapace upgrade, but the Mutalisks are now here, and the Hydra count is too low to deal with the Mutas. The Muta's going to add their +2 damage on picking off these Hydras one by one, and now there are no Hydras left. Even though XiGua has the army supply advantage, I think BreakingGG should have the advantage here as he cleans up with all these Mutas. Nice dodges on the Corrosive Biles, and yeah, the Mutalisk damage is just simply too much. Is going to push him back. I love the Roach run by here at the third base of BreakingGG, trying to pick down his drone count a little bit. Unfortunately, he's got Mutas, he's got Overseers on the case. Not going to be able to get much done there. 12 drones have been picked off, which means the upgrade advantage, or the income advantage, not going to be in favor of BreakingGG for too much longer, and the army supply advantage now firmly in favor of XiGua, who's maxing out again on Roaches and Hydras. Both players taking huge army losses there. Look at this army supply graph here. Big fights for both players. Slightly more efficient trades for BreakingGG, who you can see XiGua was ahead of him at the beginning of the fight, and now they were evened out, which means BreakingGG got slightly more efficient trades, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The army compositions are the biggest thing right now. The Hydra count getting very scary for XiGua. He's already up to 16 Hydras up against only, well, 29 Mutalisks on the map. However, 16 Hydras is still very scary. The Muta's going to go ahead and dive in here, and BreakingGG's going to try and take this fight. 1v1ing these Hydralisks. His Muta Ball is simply so large, though. That's a lot of damage, and I think now we see the army supply shifting in favor again, going into BreakingGG's favor, and with these Mutas cleaning up the Roaches, there is simply nothing to respond to with these Mutalisks flying across the map now. Let's get some Wagner going in the background, as these Mutalisks should be going across the map to do massive critical damage against BreakingGG. That's right. Mutalisks go! And I mean, look at this. 4 Hydras gonna melt. Spore Crawler should melt. These Mutalisks gonna do so much damage. The Muta count all the way at 19 right now. And even with Queens here to try and defend, even with Transfuses, these Mutas are getting so much done. Now, he is sacking a lot of the Mutas here because he's got his Roaches back home to try and deal with it. But the Mutas, okay, the Mutas are gonna get pushed out here, but they thinned down the army considerably. I think that was a decent trade for BreakingGG. He lost maybe more than he should have, but he still has a large enough Muta Ball that he can harass this third base, pick off some of these gas guys, just really restrict the income of XiGua just a little bit more. BreakingGG still in strong position, retaking his fourth base. He's going to go for a fifth base soon. Oh, these drones long distance mining from the fifth base all the way to the third. That is some inefficient mining times right there. 8 more Roaches on the way for XiGua. Fourth base established, though, for XiGua. No fourth base yet for BreakingGG. There it is. Finally finishes up. Army supply in favor of BreakingGG. Man, this is a great back-and-forth ZVZ. This is fantastic. Mute is trying to find some damage here, but pretty good defenses from XiGua. He's going to lose some more Overlords, though. He's got to be cautious with these Overlords, man. You can't leave Overlords over the map, around the map when there are Mutalisks out. Still, what's really interesting is there's no Counterspire from XiGua yet. It's been 20 minutes in this game now, and I would have thought he would have gone for a Counterspire, at least for some Corruptors. But he's just counting on his ground army, just counting on his Hydralisks to win this fight for him. Hydras and Roaches coming across now. Hydra's going to pick down some of these Overlords, but no supply blocks yet for BreakingGG. High ground is secured for BreakingGG. Roaches trying to get in. Burrowed Roaches trying to get into that third base, or that fourth base, rather. Not going to get anything done. Mutas should be able to get on top of this army. The Hydralis count still a little bit low, 15 Hydras, but no more Mutas have been built right now for BreakingGG, who's focusing just on Roach Ravager. This is one of the longest Roach Ravager games I've ever seen, but the big difference now is that Vipers are out for BreakingGG. The Viper count only at 1. Needs to get a couple more Vipers if he can. These Vipers can be very, very valuable, though. Blinding Cloud's going to force positioning errors out of XiGua. Could even harpoon some units if he wants to yoink them back to himself. Run-bys continually getting less and less efficient as the players shore up their defenses and shore up their scouting just a bit. So important for players to have... when Burrowed Roaches are on the map, it's so important for players to have... What? Oh, no. Waiting on BreakingGG. Oh, no. Guys, this is not what we wanted at all right now. Okay, BreakingGG lagging out just a bit. But the player's going to continue playing. Okay. Whew, I thought that was me for a minute. I was very, very worried. Thank goodness. Roach attack going down here. The upgrades fairly even now. It's +2 with +2 Carapace. But only no Carapace upgrades here for BreakingGG. So XiGua going to have a slight advantage, but again, we see these Mutalisks trying to pick down what they can. The Hydra's focus firing down the Mutas. The Mutas all going to go down. A bit of a mistake from BreakingGG to leave those Mutas open. He's had to separate his army here to defend against the run-by on the south side from XiGua as well. XiGua with superior army advantage, but he is going to push into this high ground position, which means that BreakingGG has a positional advantage. Again, the Viper's out, or the Viper out for BreakingGG. XiGua with no Vipers yet. In fact, no Hive Tech for XiGua. Hive Tech finish for BreakingGG. So he's got those Vipers out. 5th base established now for both players here. Just finishing up for XiGua. BreakingGG already saturating up a bit. Drone count's fairly even. We see a lot of spines, some spores going down as well as that drone count for BreakingGG starts to drop. 39 drones with 115 army supply on the map. All in Roach Ravager. The Mutas have all gone completely now. The Hydra's not going to be as efficient for XiGua. Since those Mutalisks are gone. However, Hydralisks are still very good, especially when behind a big army of Roaches and Ravagers. Hydralisks are glass cannon units. They do a lot of DPS as long as they're not damaged. So when they can stay behind a Roach Ravager ball, Hydralisks are great. BreakingGG's little attack here is going to get caught, spotted by the Overlord in the middle of the map, and now we see the main army's about to go for another engagement. Man, nothing but roaches being produced on either side here, but the income advantage slowly shifting in favor of XiGua. Those roaches actually did make it into the natural. Should be able to get a queen, maybe a second queen as well. Nice pickups there on the queens. The queen count down to just 2 for each player. Means the inject cycle is going to be very late for both players. Without enough inject cycles, it means you're going to be low on larva. And if we look at the larva count here, we can see it's at 22 and 20, but that should be dropping pretty quickly as neither player is investing in queens. Roaches do require a fair amount of larva. Might become a factor later in the game. Corrosive Biles landing for both players, actually. Neither player dodging out of Corrosive Biles. And a big fight happening here now. +2 Carapace is the big clutch victory for XiGua right now. That's the only advantage he has against his opponent, BreakingGG. As he rotates down to the south side, we're going to see BreakingGG trying to get on top of this, but XiGua actually is in a pretty good position. He's ahead on army supply. He's slightly ahead on workers. He's even on bases. Actually ahead on bases, as we see that 6th base starting up in the top left corner for him. And yeah, as we can see in the upgrades tab in the bottom side here, the upgrades tab in the top corner here, +2 Carapace is so crucial. That's going to give his roaches a lot more longevity in the fights against BreakingGG. BreakingGG has gone for +1 Flyer Carapace and +2 Flyer Armor. But of course, he has no flyers on the map anymore besides this, this one Viper, which doesn't care a lot about the armor upgrade. So XiGua in a solid position now in this game. Surprised me. Okay, BreakingGG going for +3, and that's the first +3 upgrade we've seen all game. XiGua, though, rotating around very nicely, drawing some of the army of BreakingGG out here. BreakingGG going to take a fight, but look at this concave. Look at this concave. Oh, my God. XiGua all over this right now. XiGua pushing BreakingGG all the way back here. BreakingGG retreating to his 3rd base, but he's got a counterattack going down to the 5th base of XiGua as well. Both players trying to fight as hard as they can here. +3 on the way for BreakingGG, but I don't think it's going to be done in time. Hydra's picked down that spine crawler, and now BreakingGG should have a lot of trouble at his 4th base. The 5th base has gone down for XiGua, and BreakingGG going to move into the 4th base. Needs to focus fire down the base itself, not the extractor, wasting time. However, the 4th base has gone down for BreakingGG as well as XiGua moves on and continues to ransack this side of the map. There are some units here from BreakingGG to try and defend against XiGua, but XiGua simply has all of his army together in a huge bundle, and that's going to be a big difference. He's able to take more efficient fights here, as these two armies are fairly evenly matched, right? Which means he's going to get a better trade on his side of the map, whereas he's going to get better trades, or he's going to get even trades on his side of the map, whereas he's going to get better trades on the other side of the map. BreakingGG putting all his eggs in one basket right now, all the Roaches and Ravagers together. Will snipe another base. This is a very, very odd late game. BreakingGG, by the way, down to 4. Count them, 4 drones. He's trying to remake Roaches, but unfortunately, he doesn't have any economy left. And yeah, he knows it. Not going to happen. That is it.